They don't value your time. One of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is how they treat your time. Time is one of the most valuable gifts you can give to another person because once it's gone, you can never get it back. When someone truly cares about you, they respect your presence, your schedule, and the effort you make to be with them. But when they don't care, you'll notice that your time becomes meaningless to them. Think about this. Do they constantly cancel plans with you at the last minute? Do they always keep you waiting as if your day and your commitments don't matter? Do they only call or reach out when it's convenient for them without ever considering what you might be doing? These are all signs that they're not placing value on your time, which means they're not placing value on you. Someone who loves and respects you will make the effort to show up. They won't make excuses or treat your time as disposable. If they can't make it, they will communicate honestly and respectfully because they know your energy and presence matter. On the other hand, someone who doesn't care will repeatedly leave you feeling unimportant, like you're always an option rather than a priority. This is more than just bad manners, it's about energy. When someone consistently dismisses your time, they're sending you an energetic message. You don't matter as much as I do. They may not say it outright, but their actions reveal the truth. Spiritual awakening teaches us to read the signs behind actions, not just listen to words. Words can deceive, but patterns never lie. You must ask yourself, why am I allowing someone to waste my time? Time is life itself. Every moment you spend with someone who does not value you is a moment you could be investing in yourself, in your growth, or with people who truly cherish your presence. The universe gives us opportunities to grow. And sometimes that growth comes through realizing who deserves access to our time and who does not. When you notice this behavior, don't ignore it. Many people cling to relationships out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of facing the truth. But remember, being alone and at peace is far better than being surrounded by people who make you feel unseen and undervalued. Protect your time, protect your energy. In life, people show you exactly where you stand with them through their actions. If you constantly feel like you're the one waiting, chasing, or rearranging your life for someone who doesn't do the same for you, it's time to wake up. Their lack of respect for your time is the universe's way of telling you to move forward, to release them, and to step into relationships where your presence is celebrated, not tolerated. The absence of emotional support. One of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is their lack of emotional support. In moments when you're feeling broken, lost, or in need of comfort, they are nowhere to be found. A person who cares will not always have the perfect words to heal your pain, but their presence alone can become a source of strength. But when someone consistently avoids standing by your side in your most vulnerable moments, it's a red flag that their heart is not invested in you. Think about it. True care is not shown during the easy days when everything is fine, but during the storms of life. When you cry, do they listen with genuine empathy? Or do they dismiss your feelings as overreactions? When you're struggling, do they lift you up with encouragement, or do they ignore your pain because it inconveniences them? A person who values you will carry some of your emotional weight, not because they have to, but because they want to. Emotional support is not about solving all your problems. It's about walking with you through them. Someone who truly cares doesn't leave you stranded when you're in darkness. Instead, they become a light, reminding you that you're not alone. But when a person constantly dismisses your struggles, changes the subject, or acts uninterested when you open up, what they are silently telling you is, your feelings don't matter to me. And let's be honest, emotional neglect can hurt more than physical absence. When the people closest to you don't show up for your soul, it creates a wound that is deep and invisible. You start questioning your worth. You start wondering, am I too much? Do I expect too much? But let me tell you, you are not too much. You are simply asking for the bare minimum: love, understanding, and care. Here's the truth. When someone truly cares about you, they will notice the unspoken. They will recognize the sadness in your silence, the heaviness in your eyes, the battles you're fighting internally. They may not fix everything, but they will stand with you in your fight. That's what genuine emotional support looks like. So, if you find yourself constantly being the strong one, always holding yourself up because the person you lean on is never really there, it's time to step back and see the reality. Someone who cannot support you emotionally is showing you that their love is conditional, shallow, and often self-centered. The universe sometimes uses these experiences to awaken us, to show us the difference between love that is spoken and love that is proven. Words may say, "I care," but actions always reveal the truth. If their actions do not match their words, believe the actions, because someone who truly values you will never leave your heart starving for support. They are indifferent to your emotions. One of the clearest signs that someone truly doesn't care about you is their indifference to your emotions. Think about it. When a person values you, your feelings matter to them. Your joy brings them joy, and your pain concerns them. But when someone doesn't care, they respond to your emotions with apathy, detachment, or even irritation. Maybe you've shared something exciting with them, a victory at work, a personal breakthrough, or simply something that made you smile. And instead of celebrating with you, they brushed it off. They offered no genuine happiness for your success because deep down, your joy doesn't move them. Or perhaps you've opened your heart in a vulnerable moment, sharing your struggles and pain, and all you got in return was silence, distraction, or a dismissive remark. That right there is a painful yet undeniable sign of indifference. Indifference hurts more than anger because at least anger shows some level of emotional investment. But indifference, it's cold, it's empty, and it reveals that your emotional world is irrelevant to them. If someone doesn't acknowledge or respond to your emotions, it shows that they've disconnected from you on the level of the heart. And in relationships, whether friendships, family ties, or romantic connections, heart connection is everything. Without it, the bond becomes hollow. This doesn't mean people will always react perfectly. Sometimes someone may be distracted or preoccupied. But when indifference becomes a consistent pattern, when you find yourself constantly feeling unheard, unseen, and unacknowledged, it's a wake-up call. It's life's way of showing you that you may be giving your love, your time, and your energy to someone who doesn't truly value it. Here's the spiritual awakening perspective. Your emotions are not random. They are sacred messengers. When you feel joy, it is your soul shining through. When you feel pain, it's your soul asking for healing. And when someone dismisses your emotions, they are essentially dismissing your soul's voice. That is not the energy you need around you. People who care will lean in. They will try to understand, even if they don't fully get it. They will ask, "How can I support you?" They will celebrate your highs and sit with you in your lows. They may not always have the perfect words, but their presence, their attention, and their concern will tell you that your emotions matter. So if you're around someone who treats your feelings like they're irrelevant, stop ignoring that red flag. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that this person is not aligned with your growth, your healing, or your destiny. Protect your emotional energy because your feelings are too valuable to waste on someone who doesn't honor them. They don't support your growth or dreams. One of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is when they show no real support for your growth, your dreams, or your goals. Think about it. When someone genuinely loves and values you, they want to see you succeed. They may not fully understand your vision, but they will cheer you on, encourage you, and at the very least, respect the path you choose to walk. But when someone doesn't care, your growth threatens them, your dreams bore them, and your goals simply don't matter to them. Imagine you share your excitement about a new opportunity, a business idea, or even a simple personal goal, like going to the gym or picking up a new skill. Instead of encouragement, they dismiss it. They may roll their eyes, give a half-hearted response, or even try to talk you out of it. Their lack of support isn't just about words, it's about energy. You feel it. You feel the emptiness in their response, the coldness in their silence, or the way they brush off your excitement as if it's meaningless. Here's the truth. Someone who doesn't care about your growth is someone who doesn't want to grow with you. They want you to stay exactly where you are because it's convenient for them. Your growth requires change, and change often challenges people who are complacent, insecure, or self-centered. Instead of being happy for you, they fear being left behind. Instead of clapping for you, they criticize or belittle you. Instead of lifting you up, they hold you down because your light exposes the darkness they choose to live in. But you must understand this: your dreams are sacred. They are seeds planted in your soul for a reason. If someone can't water those seeds with encouragement, they don't deserve a place in your garden. Your growth is not negotiable. It is necessary. It is the very thing that will take you closer to the life you're meant to live, the life God designed for you. Don't let someone's lack of care or support convince you to shrink. Don't let their silence your ambition. Remember, the people who truly care will be your loudest cheerleaders, even if they don't fully grasp your vision. They may not have the same dreams, but they will celebrate yours. They may not have the same goals, but they will respect your pursuit of them. That's real care. That's real love. That's real connection. So if you notice that someone consistently downplays your progress, discourages your dreams, or shows indifference toward your goals, take it as a sign. They don't care about your future because they're not invested in being a part of it. And that's okay, because their absence creates space for people who will truly celebrate your growth, who will push you higher, and who will walk with you as you rise. Your dreams matter. Your growth matters. And you deserve to be surrounded by people who care enough to remind you of that every single day. When they are never there in your struggles, life is not always about sunshine, laughter, and celebrations. Life has storms, valleys, and long, dark nights where you question if you will ever see the light again. And in those moments, those raw, painful, human moments, you discover who truly cares about you. Because love is not proven in convenience. It is revealed in sacrifice. A person who genuinely cares will not just show up at your birthday, your wedding, or when you are winning. They will show up when you are crying in silence, when the world misunderstands you, when you are buried under the weight of your struggles. If someone disappears when your soul needs the most support, that is a sign they never cared in the first place. Think about it. Anyone can be around you when life is good. Anyone can raise a glass to your success. But when you're broken, when you're standing at the edge of hopelessness, when your heart is heavy with grief, only the people who truly love you will remain. They will wipe your tears, sit with you in silence, hold your hand through the storm, and remind you that you are not alone. But if someone abandons you in those dark chapters, if they avoid your calls, dismiss your pain, or belittle your struggles, it is a powerful wake-up call. That person does not value your heart, your soul, or your journey. They only wanted the light you could give, not the darkness they would have to walk through with you. This realization can be painful because we often expect the people we love to show up. But remember, pain is a teacher. Life reveals who belongs in your story by showing you who disappears in your struggles. Sometimes God removes people in your lowest moments so you can clearly see who was truly for you and who was only there for the benefits. And here is where spiritual awakening comes in. You begin to understand that rejection is protection. When people abandon you in your pain, they are not robbing you. They are freeing you. They are making space for people who will love you fully, not conditionally. They are making space for deeper connections built on loyalty, empathy, and genuine care. So if you feel the sting of abandonment, I want you to hold your head high and remind yourself, the right people do not leave in storms. They build shelters with you. The right people do not run when you are weak. They stand strong beside you. This sign is not meant to break you, but to awaken you, to teach you to stop chasing those who vanish in your valleys and start valuing those who never left your side. Because in the end, love is not about who celebrates your peaks. It is about who walks with you through the trenches. And when you learn to recognize this truth, you will stop grieving the ones who left and start honoring the ones who stayed, choosing yourself and walking away with strength. There comes a point in every journey where you must decide, will you continue giving your time, your energy, and your love to someone who consistently shows you they don't value it, or will you choose yourself? This decision isn't easy. It's not just about walking away from a person, it's about walking away from the version of you that accepted less than you deserved. It's about closing the chapter of self-neglect and beginning one of self-respect, healing, and spiritual awakening. When someone shows you they don't care about you, the worst thing you can do is keep trying to prove your worth to them. The truth is, you were never meant to beg for love, chase attention, or compete for basic respect. If someone cannot see the treasure you are, if they cannot recognize your light, that doesn't mean you are unworthy. It means they are blind to it. And you don't cure blindness by dimming your own light. You cure it by walking toward people who are capable of seeing. Walking away is not about revenge. It's not about making them regret losing you. It's about choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and self-love over self-abandonment. The more you cling to someone who doesn't care, the more you lose yourself in the process. But when you let go, you begin to reclaim your identity, your power, and your joy. You start to see that you were whole all along. You just needed to stop pouring yourself into the wrong container. Think of it like this. A beautiful flower doesn't bloom for the bee that ignores it. It blooms because that's what it was created to do. Whether the bee notices or not, the flower continues to radiate beauty, to grow, and to reach toward the sun. You too must keep blooming, regardless of who fails to notice. You were created to shine, to live with purpose, and to thrive, not to shrink yourself down for someone who doesn't appreciate your essence. Spiritually, walking away is also an act of faith. It's trusting that God, the universe, or divine energy will remove what no longer serves you and replace it with something greater. Sometimes people are removed from your life not because they are bad, but because they have already played the role they were meant to play in your story. Their exit is simply preparing you for the entrance of someone who will cherish you in ways you've always longed for. So when you finally choose yourself, you begin a new chapter. You start attracting relationships rooted in respect, kindness, and mutual care. You gain clarity about what you deserve and courage to never settle again. Walking away is not weakness, it is strength. It's the moment you declare, I am enough, I matter, and I will never again waste my time on someone who doesn't see my value. Your healing begins the moment you let go. Life is too short to spend it chasing after people who cannot even give you the simplest gift of all, genuine care. When someone shows you through their actions, their words, and their energy that you are not a priority, believe them. Do not try to rewrite their story. Do not attempt to water dead plants, hoping they will bloom again. Instead, recognize the truth. Your time, your energy, and your heart are sacred. The 4 signs we have talked about are not meant to break you, but to awaken you. They are signals from the universe, warning lights on the dashboard of your life, reminding you that you deserve more than neglect, more than excuses, more than silence. You deserve people who see you, who value you, who celebrate your existence, not just when it's convenient, but consistently. Here is the reality. When someone doesn't care about you, no amount of love, patience, or sacrifice can make them suddenly value you. That power doesn't rest in your hands, it rests in theirs. And if they choose indifference, then your choice must be different. Your choice must be to protect your spirit, to guard your peace, and to redirect your energy toward people and spaces that honor who you are. This is where the journey of spiritual awakening comes in. Every act of indifference you face is an invitation from life to awaken to your own worth. It is an opportunity to stop settling for crumbs when you were created to feast at a table overflowing with love, respect, and loyalty. You were never meant to be begging for what should come naturally. Love is not supposed to feel like pulling teeth. Care is not supposed to feel like a burden. So ask yourself, are you holding on to someone who has already let you go? Are you pouring from your cup into someone who never pours back into yours? If the answer is yes, then today is your wake-up call. Let this message be the reminder that walking away is not weakness, it is strength. Saying no to mistreatment is not selfish, it is self-respect. Choosing yourself is not arrogance, It is alignment with your soul's purpose. And here's the powerful truth. Once you let go of those who don't care, you make space for those who do. The universe does not leave a void unfilled. The moment you step away from indifference, you step closer to the relationships that were always meant for you. The ones where love flows freely, where care is mutual, and where you are not just tolerated, but treasured. So, rise above the pain of being uncared for. See it for what it is, a redirection, not a rejection, a lesson, not a loss. Step into the higher version of yourself that no longer begs for attention, but commands respect. Because at the end of the day, the greatest act of love you can ever receive is the one you give yourself. Choose yourself, because you are worth it.